come onto your mat either in puppy or child's pose and just start to settle in. Start to shift the breath low into your belly, inhaling and exhaling at a pace that feels comfortable to you. Maybe slightly lengthening and deepening the breath. And then we'll take a cleansing breath to start. So inhaling deeply through the nose. Big, heavy exhale through the mouth. And we'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. Just kind of allowing your heart to melt down towards the floor. Just relax your arms either at your sides or gently up above your head. And see how much of the ground you can contact with your body. Taking the knees a little bit wider. Feel the belly expand out as you inhale. And gently draw in as you exhale. Notice the expansion of the lower portions of your rib cage on the back body. Notice the expansion of your chest and the front ribs. And just begin to scan your body, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort, maybe stiffness. And just do your best to be mindful of those areas as you practice today. And we'll start to lengthen the exhale. So think about inhaling for a count of 3, exhaling for 5 to 6 counts. Really letting go fully. Releasing any tension or anything that's weighing on your mind. Just see if you can put a pause on those things. Nice deep breath in through the nose, 3 counts. Maybe pausing at the top of the exhale, and then release the breath for 5 to 6 counts. We'll do that 3 more times at your own pace. Inhaling nice and long through the nose. Exhaling 5 to 6 counts through the mouth. And as you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to bring some awareness around the center of your chest or your heart center. This is our area of gratitude, of compassion and love. Think about first generating some love and compassion and gratitude for yourself, for coming to your mat today, but also for your body as it is, that it's able to move and do different things for you each and every day. And then gratitude and love for those individuals in your life who you care for, have relationships with. And then also gratitude, love, and compassion just for the surrounding communities, for our state, for the country, and for the world as a whole. As you continue to breathe deeply into your heart center, come up with an intention for your practice today, or maybe a dedication. Bringing that into your heart, breathing deeply into it. And then we'll take a cleansing breath, inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And when you feel ready, start to make your way up into tabletop, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under the hips, maybe tucking the toes under today. Just start to shift your weight front to back just slightly, or shift your hips from side to side. Just begin to move your body a little bit. And then we'll come into a nice, easy side stretch. So to do that, we're gonna walk our hands off to the left side of the mat. So your fingertips are gonna point to the left wall or the left side of your space. And then take a breath in here. As you exhale, drop your hips away from your hands towards the wall that's behind you. So you should start to feel a stretch along the right side of the trunk. Couple of breaths here. And then start to slowly come out of it, walking your hands back through the center, across your mat, and off to the right corner, or right side of your mat, actually. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, let your hips sink away from your hands, elongating the left side of your trunk. Breathing deeply. Good. As you exhale, start to slowly come out of it, walking your hands back through the center. Walk your hands a little bit more forward and slowly lower all the way down to your tummy. Inhale and come to Sphinx pose. So nice passive back bend here, lifting your heart, shining it forward, lengthening through the abdominal muscles. Breathing into your heart center, allowing the tops of the feet to be flat, giving a little bit of a press into the forearms to create that length across the front body. So our focus is going to be on lengthening the front body, strengthening the back body. Good, releasing the hands underneath the shoulders. Go ahead and inhale, come to cow pose. So walk the knees underneath you. Maybe the hands can be a little bit more forward if that feels good. And then exhale, tuck and round to cat. Pressing away from the mat, elongating the back body. Begin to flow with your breath, inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. And if it works out for you and you'd like to move into cobra instead of cow, you can do that. So inhale to cow or drop the front of your hips down. Cobra pose, micro bend in those elbows. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine, cat, or extended child's pose. Your choice for all of these. So inhale, cow or cobra, heart lifts. Exhale, press through cat, stay here, or drop back, extended child's pose. We'll take that 3 more times at your own pace. Any variation of that sequence is perfectly fine. Tuck and round, drop all the way back. Good, continuing to breathe. Inhaling, cow or cobra. Exhale, tuck and round, drop back if you'd like, softening the face and jaw. Good, 1 more cycle, your choice. Inhale, cow or cobra. Exhale, tuck and round. Drop back if you'd like, softening the back of the neck. Good. Making your way back up to tabletop. We'll take the left toes back. Rotate over to your right side for half moon. Float the left arm up towards the sky. Outer edge of that left foot is down. Good. Take your left hand and just gently set it back down on the mat. And then as you inhale, open up through the chest and shoulders. Think about gazing up at that left hand. Good, 1 more time, set it down gently. Inhale, float it up towards the sky. And then try floating that leg, optional hip opener if you'd like. If you pull your heel back towards your butt, you're gonna get more of a quad stretch. Otherwise, if you press your foot into the hand, you'll feel more of a chest and front of the thigh stretch, a little bit more of a back bend. So your choice, whatever feels good. If you're not comfortable grabbing your foot, then just keep it lifted. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, tabletop. As you inhale, right toes back. Come over to your left hand and knee. Float the right arm high. Outer edge of that right foot is down. Good. Briefly take the right hand, touch your mat. And then inhale, send it up. Open the chest and shoulder. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, float it up. Good. Exhale, hold and stay. Try floating that top leg, being mindful of your shoulder over hand position. So you might need to scoot your hand a little bit more forward. Optional hip opener here. Heel towards the buttock or press your foot into your hand, opening up the chest, exploring a little bit more of a back bend if that works out for you. Just do what's available for you. This is your practice, whatever works out best for you. Good, release the foot, float everything towards the sky and breathe. And then exhale, come back to tabletop. Walk your hands a little bit more forward. Take your arms down to your forearms here, and then let's find dolphin pose. So tucking your toes under, lifting your sit bones up and back. Create that triangle shape through your body. Focusing in on your sit bones, letting the legs and the spine follow here. And just begin to pedal out your feet a little bit, alternating, dropping a knee into the center, just kind of melting your heels towards the mat. Breathing deeply, relaxing the back of the neck. Good, shimmy the feet back slightly, come to forearm plank. So shoulders over the elbows, belly is in, top of the head forward, press into that mid back and breathe. Good, come over to your left arm for side arm balance. Totally fine to bring that bottom knee down, otherwise staggering or stacking your feet. Opening your chest to the right wall. Good, forearm plank in the center from your toes or your knees and breathe. And then come over to the right side. Stagger or stack your feet, bottom knee down. Perfectly acceptable, and breathe. Think about reaching through your left fingertips up towards the sky. Good, release back to forearm plank in the center. Set your knees down nice and slow. Let your thighs come down and then your rib cage look forward in Sphinx pose. So we're going to do a couple roll-ups just like that in reverse position here. So I want you to pull your rib cage in, your belly, and your knees. So you're back to forearm plank. Hold and breathe. Then you're going to set your knees, belly, rib cage down. Look forward in Sphinx. Good, pausing and lengthening the front body. As you exhale, pull your rib cage, belly, knees up. Hold and breathe. Nice, strong, firm core here. Good, set the knees down, belly, rib cage. Look forward, tops of the feet flat. One last time, draw the rib cage in, belly, knees. Forearm plank, press into that mid back. Good, and then exhale, releases puppy pose. Hips are lifted, hands are stacked, forehead to the hands. Couple of deep breaths here. Reconnecting with that intention that you set for your practice today. When you feel ready, we're going to make our way up to downward facing dog. So using the length of your mat, tucking the toes under, once again, triangle shape with your mat. This time, think about grounding down through your hands and feet, pressing your heart back towards your thighs, feeling some length in the back of the legs. Good. Looking forward, take a walk up to the top of your mat. Find a forward fold, just allowing your chest to hang down. Maybe grasping opposite elbows here. Gently swaying from side to side. Breathing into the back body. Let the back of the neck relax. Good. Dangle your fingertips for the floor. On an inhale, come to a flat back. Halfway lift. And as you come up to that flat back position, I just want you to start to notice and bring some awareness around the shoulder blades. So pull the shoulder blades to the spine, draw the belly in, and breathe. Okay to have a micro bend in those knees. On your next exhale, round and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. This time I want you to pull your elbows up and back. So you're kind of opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, activating that middle part of your back. And then as you exhale, deep fold. One more time, inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Good, pull the chest open, draw the elbows back, belly in. One more breath in. As you exhale, round and fold. Good, start to stand up, take your time, sweep your arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Good, take a moment and just pause in standing. Maybe lift your toes up, set them down. Just notice the ground beneath your feet. Try to connect with all four corners of each foot. Nice symmetrical weight distribution between both feet. Hands are at heart center. Take a moment to recall that intention that you set for your practice today. Just a moment of stillness and peace here. As you're ready, on an inhale, sweep your arms up, little back bend. As you exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Doing our best to make one pose or movement with each breath. Inhale, sweep. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through your feet. Sweep all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Lunge salutation next. Inhale, sweeping up. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back, high lunge. Walk or sweep your arms up. If you don't like high lunge, just set your back knee down on the mat. Take low lunge. Or if you don't like being up on the ball of your foot, just set your heel down. Breathe in, soften the shoulders. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Breathe in, exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Good, looking forward, right foot steps through, high lunge, rise up. Perfectly fine to come to low lunge or drop that back heel down. Good, exhale, hands to the mat, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Inhale, high or low lunge. Sweep up. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Good, set your knees down, come all the way to your tummy. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your heart up. Another option here for a back bend, locust pose. You can keep your feet on the floor or lift them up. Exhale, hands under the shoulders, down dog. 2 breaths. Look forward, right foot steps through, high or low lunge, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Pause from your toes or your knees, low or halfway chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Cobra, up dog, locust, any variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ground through your hands and feet. Feel your body. Use your breath. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your heart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank and pause from your toes or your knees. Halfway is chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend of your choice, opening the heart, the front of the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Good, looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank and pause from the toes or the knees, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, send the right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step it forward. Walk your hands around to the front, or to the left side, I should say. We're gonna come to a wide leg forward fold. So take your toes or your feet out pretty wide. You want your feet to be slightly toed in, and you can do whatever you want with your arms. So if you can bring your hands to the floor, great. If not, you can use a prop that you might have nearby. Or you can grab onto your legs or your ankles and just let the upper body hang. Breathing in, staying for a few breaths, start to feel and notice the length in the back body here. Back of the thighs. Good, walk your hands over towards your left leg. And then walk the hands back through the center, move them over to your right leg. Good, walk your hands back to the center. Toe heel your feet in slightly, and I want you to end with your heels in and your toes out at about 45 degrees. As you inhale, bend into your knees, sweep or walk your hands up, come into goddess pose. So remember in goddess, you want to tuck your tailbone under so you're not allowing that collapse to happen through your low back. So belly is in, tailbone tucks under and points to the floor. Breathing deeply here. As you inhale, stand up, lengthen towards the sky. As you exhale, sink down, open the chest and shoulders. Think about pulling your shoulder blades together in the back, tailbone tucks under. And breathe. Good. Inhale one more time, straighten up, look up. Exhale, open the chest, goddess pose. Good. For an additional challenge today, float one or both heels. Pulling the belly in, breathing deeply, relaxing through the face. Good. As you exhale, let them float down. Good. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. As you exhale, turn and face the front of your mat, come into high lunge. So you're facing the top of your mat, your right leg is forward, up on the ball of your back foot. And breathe. Good, set your heel down on that back leg, come to airplane arms. So you're gonna hinge over your front thigh. Reaching your fingertips back towards the back edge of your mat. Chest is still lifted here. Check your line from the top of your head down to that back heel. There's one straight line, you're breathing. Good, take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, keep the arms where they are. Come to Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. Balancing on that front leg. Once you're there, point that lifted foot towards the floor. Keep the activation in the back of the legs so you're noticing the hips on both sides. You're noticing your back body. Good, release as Warrior 1. Interlace your hands back behind you and open the chest up. Look up, breathe. Good, release the hands. Go ahead and take those right toes, point them forward. We'll take the left toes and point them towards the back edge of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. This should be your second side. So lengthening the front of that right hip, dropping the tops of the shoulders down and breathing. Good, set that back heel down. On an exhale, hinge forward, airplane arms. Belly is in, again, finding that firm line from the top of your head all the way down to that back heel. Nice and active. Draw the shoulder blades into the spine, belly is in. Keep the arms where they are. Take a breath. As you exhale, warrior 3. Shift forward. Onto that front leg. Working towards a straight knee on the left. Those right toes are pointing towards the floor. Everything on the back body is active. Breathe. Draw the belly to the spine. Good. Release is warrior 1. This time, let's press the palms forward. So separate the shoulder blades, drop the chin down. Create a little bit of rounding into the back. Good. Release the arms down. Straighten up both knees. Turn those left toes to face forward. And then we'll take both feet out one more time. So 45 degrees out. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, sink down, goddess pose. Arms float up. Good, we're gonna take eagle arms while we're in goddess today. So I want you to bring your arms forward. Let's cross right over left at the elbows. Bring the backs of the hands or the palms to touch. So you're getting a little bit of stretch through the mid-back again. Try your best to stay in that goddess pose, raising your elbows up to shoulder height. Tuck your chin just slightly. Good, unwind. Stand up nice and tall, starfish pose. Take the arms out to the side. Breathe in. As you exhale, sink down, goddess pose. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, send your arms out nice and long. Left crosses over right at the elbows. Bend at the elbows, backs of the hands or palms to touch. Inhale, elbows to shoulder height. Exhale, drop the chin slightly. Breathe into the mid-back. Feel the activation in your legs. Good. Unwind the arms. Big inhale, starfish pose. As you exhale, turn to face the top edge of your mat. Take your hands all the way down, step it back to plank pose. From your toes or your knees, Vinyasa, lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, release to child's pose. Any variation of child's pose. Extended, arms back at your sides, whatever works out for you. And just give yourselves a few moments here, breathing deeply. Be in your body. Notice how you feel. So oftentimes we're quickly thinking about what is coming next. So just really utilizing this time to stay with each moment as it is. Enjoying this time to move your body, to put a pause on the mind chatter, to actually notice your breathing. Notice where you feel the breath in your body today. And most of all, just to reconnect. Reconnect with yourself. Check in with yourself. Notice how you're doing right now. Good. When you feel ready, take one more cleansing breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then we'll come up to tabletop. So we're going to move into a couple other hip opening poses today. So go ahead and take your right foot, step it between the hands. Move the hands so they're on the instep of the right foot, and take your right foot out to the long edge of your mat for lizard pose. So with this, you might want to slide that back knee back a little bit. Allow the front of your left hip to drop down. And then we're going to take our right hand, set it on the inside of the right thigh or knee. Let that right foot rock out a little bit. Turn and look to the right. So as you do this, inner thigh stretch, hip flexor stretch. Breathing deeply, don't force anything. Good. Take another breath in. As you exhale, release back. Both hands on either side of the foot. You're going to take that right foot, walk it all the way across to the left edge of your mat. Set yourself up for pigeon pose. This is a good place for a prop. Roll towel underneath that sit bone to keep your pelvis in the center. So go ahead and take a few breaths with your trunk or your torso up nice and long. So shoulders are over the hips here, really allowing that left hip to drop down, softening across the pelvis. King pigeon is an option as well. Remember, we're focusing in on that front body length, so that has lots of different meanings. So if you'd like, strap or towel is good. You're going to start to bend that back knee. Reach back for the instep. If that doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. And you're just holding that pigeon. Another option is to release the foot and come down to your forearms for more of a restorative pigeon. So once again, this is your practice, yogis. Do what feels good for you. If this position with your body is not available to you, perfectly fine. Instead of doing that, you're going to come onto your back and you're going to take reclining pigeon. So that'll be a figure 4 stretch. You'll grab behind the thigh and pull your legs in. So meet your body where it's at today. Try to deepen the breath and send it to those places that feel tight or restricted. Maybe you haven't moved them for a while. And if you came into that restorative pigeon, go ahead and start to slowly walk your hands back up. If you have a prop underneath your sit bone, you can scoot it off to the side. And we're going to curl the back toes under and come to down dog. And when you do this, I want you to take your legs out pretty wide and just pedal out the feet. Kind of press the hips from side to side here as you allow the heels to come down one at a time towards the mat. And just kind of get into your body here. Notice how it feels from side to side. And eventually bringing your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. This time we'll step the left foot between the hands, set the back knee down, and then we'll go ahead and bring both hands to the instep of the left foot this time. Move your left foot out to the side, shimmy that right knee back for lizard pose or lizard lunge. So here we're going to drop the front of the right hip down. Take your left hand, set it on the inside of your left inner thigh or knee. Let that left foot come out towards the pinky toe side, and then see if you can turn and gaze back to the left. Keeping your heart lifting, dropping the front of that right hip down. Couple of nice deep breaths here, sending the breath around the pelvis, relaxing the face. Good, slowly come out of it. Walk that left foot all the way across towards the right edge of your mat. Set up for pigeon pose. So you're working to make that top leg parallel with the top edge of your mat. That's your goal. So at least you're moving in that direction. Don't worry if you're not there. Sit bone or prop underneath that left sit bone. Keeping your pelvis in the center, lengthening shoulders over the hips here, feeling that stretch in the rotators on the left, hip flexor on the right. Option for king pigeon, reaching back for the instep of that back foot. Lifting your gaze, opening the chest and shoulder there. Or just releasing that foot down, keeping your hands on the mat or walking down to that restorative pigeon. So do, once again, what feels good for you. Take a cleansing breath if you need it here. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And feel free to make adjustments as you're in the pose. So if something doesn't feel right or you need to make a modification, feel free to do that. Good. When you feel ready, start to slowly come out of it. And then this time we're gonna, as you come up, I want you to shift your weight to that left hip and then bring that back leg around. We'll come towards facing the long edges of our mat. First coming into seated bound angle pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. We'll let the heels come out a little bit, allowing the knees to drop down towards the floor. Take a breath in, grasping your ankles. Find length in your spine. Good. On another inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, start to hinge forward. Maybe let the spine round, maybe not. On an inhale, bring your trunk back up. As you exhale, send the legs out nice and long in front of you. And then we'll take the hands and turn the fingertips so they're facing behind you. Either set your palms down or tense your fingers. Heart opener. So pulling the shoulder blades towards the spine, lifting the chin. Breathing into that front body. Gaze can be up or straight ahead, whatever feels best on your neck. And as you exhale, slowly release down. We're going to come up to a kneeling position. So as you come up to kneeling, you're stacking your shoulders over your hips. Let's tuck the toes under. So we're going to do a modification of camel pose today. So toes are tucked under. Take the hands to the sacrum. Point the elbows back. Lift the chin. So feel that openness in your heart. That area of love and compassion. And then continue lifting your gaze. Tighten up the buttocks and start to explore a little bit of a back bend. So hands can stay on the sacrum. You can take a one-sided camel where you reach fingertips back for the heel. Send the left arm up and over, lengthening that front and side body. Whenever you exhale, though, I want you to pull your belly into the spine so you're protecting your low back. And then you can set yourself up again if you'd like, hands to the sacrum, elbows pointing back, firm glutes. Maybe taking the second side. Breathing deeply. And then as you exhale, pull the navel into the spine. Good, we'll come down back to puppy pose or even hare pose might feel good. A little bit of a counter pose, rounding or neutralizing the spine. Just curling yourself into a ball. Feeling the expansion of the belly down towards your thighs or your mat. And then start to slowly come up. Take a seat in your mat or come down. We're going to come down to our back. So however you want to do that, if you want to come through your side, if you want to engage your belly and come down, just do what works for you. Once you're on your back, step the feet in here, arms down at the sides. And then on an inhale, come to bridge pose. Lifting the hips up. Let's open the chest a little bit more by taking the shoulder blades underneath you, maybe interlacing the hands. Just holding and breathing here, lifting the hips high as you feel comfortable. If you want an additional challenge today, you can try doing a single leg bridge, so just extending one knee, holding for a couple of breaths, and setting it down, and doing the other side. Just an option. Good. On an exhale, unclasp the hands, come all the way down. Allow the knees to fall in towards each other. Just support a neutral spine here. Maybe place one or both hands on your belly. Blink the eyes closed. Take a couple of nice long deep breaths here. And then if it's available to you, we'll take our arms out to goalpost arms. So try to connect your shoulder blades to the mat, palms are up. And then we'll toe heel the feet out wide towards the long edges of your mat. Knees are up towards the ceiling, breathe in. And as you exhale, we're just gonna take a nice, easy windshield wiper with the legs. So dropping them to the right as far as you feel comfortable, bringing them back up to center as you inhale, and dropping them to the left as you exhale. So just do that a few times at your own pace. And I invite you to hold either side for a few breaths if that feels good to you today. You can keep your gaze upward or turn it opposite your knees. And as you do this, just once again, bringing the focus back to your breath. Visualize the breath coming around the heart center, your area of compassion and gratitude and love, both for yourself and for others. Keeping that spot in mind as you move off of your mat today. When you're ready, slowly bringing the knees back to face the sky, extending your legs out one at a time, coming into your final relaxation, Shavasana or corpse pose. Open your heart by tucking the shoulder blades underneath you. Allow your feet to relax and fall out to the long edges of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. Good, do that one more time, inhaling through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. Scan your body again, letting go of any last remaining tension across the forehead, the jaw, tops of the shoulders, arms, legs and feet, low belly. Let the breath be easy. Let your heart be open to love and compassion, both giving it and receiving it. Put a pause on the mind chatter